Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a weird show. I'm here though. We are an hour late from when we're supposed to go live on Mondays, and that's a good way to kind of explain what's happening right now with the gnarly gnome and all of. I shouldn't say all of what that encompasses because I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here. I'm still around. But you're not going to see a lot of content for a while. And that's hard to kind of explain because it's not that I'm quitting. It's not that I'm stopping. But I just can't keep up with. I can't keep up with all of this stuff. We're an hour late on a Monday. It's on the calendar. Like, I know that the show happens every single Monday at 9:00, and I still can't make it happen. And we are now 3 weeks without a brewcast. That's not. If the brewcast exists, that's not acceptable. The website is probably here. Let's check right now. It looks like currently the website is down. What am I doing? If I can't have a website that exists, and I'm not making a podcast, and I can't make a live show that's not a show, but you guys get the point. If I can't make that happen on Mondays at 9, what am I doing? Like, what is the point of all of this stuff? So I got to figure all of that out, and I need to turn everything off for a minute and shake it up and see how things still exist. So it's dead right now. That's the the short story. I don't even know how to explain that. Obviously, a big part of my identity is all of this. Well, that smells good. I'm drinking Urban Artifacts Mango and Passion Fruit American Fruit Tart. It's an ale brew with mango and passion fruit. Surprise. 7.2%. This is part of their small batch society releases. I'm gonna figure it out. We'll get it all nailed down. Everything is obviously backed up and it still exists, but over the last 24 hours, I've almost just nuked it all, like a handful of times, and just said screw it. And started rebuilding everything from nothing. And I don't really want to do that because a big part of what I love about the website is the fact that it's this archive over time, and I like that a lot. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about all of this. I'm okay, but I'm not in a good mood right now. Like, I'm just not feeling great about where all of this stuff is. I'm busy. Things are busy, and I feel like I'm very. I don't want to say that I'm alone trying to kind of navigate what that means, because I know that there's a lot of you guys out there that have helped me immensely with all of this, and a lot of you out there that are constantly willing to help me out with all of this stuff. But just in the day-to-day existence of all of this stuff, like, it is, it's a lot. I had to pull all this stuff out of bags to set all this live stuff back up, and as soon as I wrap up the show, I have to put it back in bags to be back out the door at 9 a.m. in the morning to go work, and then rush home to deal with life and I don't know, guys. It's I don't want to. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Well, when I say maybe it's a little sensationalist to say that the gnome is dead, because anybody who knows me that knows that the gnome can't die. Like it's still gonna exist. It'll still be around. It'll still it's gonna come back, and I'll be as obnoxious as ever. But I just can't do it right now. I just can't do all of this stuff, and I don't know. Um, I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of this means. uh, it's a it's weird because the the idea of all of this is that we go and we hang out with each other and we have drinks together, and I'm telling these stories of all of these breweries, and I am sitting down and having drinks with all of these people, and I'm telling their stories, and through that we're telling my story, and but and so I'm spending a lot of time with lots of other people and having tons of fun with other people, and then at the end of the day, you come home and it's just it there's all of that has to just turn off as soon as you walk in the door, and um, there's not enough time right now to kind of make all of those ends meet, I guess, and to get all of the stuff out there. I don't know how to put that into words and not I don't know. I don't know how to say it and not not piss people off, but I'm trying, and it'll all of this will be back, and hopefully will be better when it comes back, but um, I don't know. If anybody has any thoughts or questions, feel free to throw them out there, because uh, I don't have any news to talk about this week. I mean, there's plenty of news, but I didn't have time to prep for the show, so it just doesn't exist. So it's that. I understand. Sometimes you need to take a break over some crazy time. Um, uh, yeah, I feel like especially when I look at the Brewcast, and we talked about this a little bit on um last year's Big Sis episode about kind of how the chaos around the Brewcast and how it's kind of shifted and changed over the years, but there's always been some kind of chaos, and it's not that, like the chaos in itself is part of what makes it all work, but I don't know. It's bigger. it's a bigger problem. Again, I don't know how to talk about stuff. It's and kind of going back to that idea. Lost the joy for it for a while. Like it's not that, and I think that's the hardest part for me, is that it's not a loss of joy or passion or excitement or desire. Like none of that is there. Like I physically can't do it by myself right now. Like I just can't. I can't figure out how to fit the things into the time that I have. I will, and and hopefully this thing won't last long. But there's only X amount of hours in a day, and within that, there's only X amount of days a week where I have to not be dad, and I have to be gnome, and then within that, there's only X amount of those hours that I have to make podcasts or to write blog posts, things like that that don't generate actual income, and those hours just get like smaller and smaller, I guess, every week. It's hard. It's good. Like when you look at it all in the bigger kind of grand scheme of things, like it's all a good problem to have. Like I'm busy because I have a family and I have work and I have friends and I have things going on. Like that's a good thing. But it all comes at the expense of this other thing that I love. And so gotta figure that out. I gotta tear it apart and break it down and beat the shit out of it and then put it back together. And I think that's gonna take a little bit of time. And maybe that's probably the best way to kind of describe it, is that it's not that it's dead as much as it is that it's just taking a little bit of a nap, which I can't mentally, like I can't handle that idea. I can't handle the idea that there is a list, not even a list. There are blog posts that I have that are written that are ready to post right now. And then aside from that, then there's a list of posts that I want to write. And then there's podcasts that I've been trying to schedule. And there's just all of these things that I want to create that I can't. And that eats away at me every single day. So I got to figure that out. Josh says, you mean unveil something new and shiny? It's going to look exactly the same. It'll look the same. It'll feel the same. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if, at the end of the day, if it's just always going to exist in this same amount of chaos, if that's part of what kind of makes it work. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell you about it. Like it is definitely not a loss of passion. It is not a loss of desire to keep talking about Cincinnati beer. It's like the exact opposite of that. Like I am more fired up today than I think I've ever been about what's happening in Cincinnati beer and Cincinnati drinking culture and all of that. Like I think that's the thing that eats at me the most right now, is that I just want more than ever to do it. And I just there comes that point where you max out, and like I can't. Like I'm stuck, and I don't know how to get past that point right now. So I don't know what else to say beyond that. There's never a shortage of good beer happening in the city. There's never a shortage of good stories, of good people, of just everything is good, and I just keep falling short. But I will figure it out. That's what I do, even if it means completely nuking everything that exists and starting from scratch, which doesn't make me feel good to think about, but whatever. We got to do what we got to do. I don't know, guys. I should probably drink this beer since I didn't try it yet. Oh, that's good. Northeast Ohio Craft Brewery News says, I didn't really mean that you lost your joy. Maybe I misspoke. I never lost my joy either, but I hit a wall. And as much as I wanted to devote time and energy to it, It's not what pays the bills. Something had to give. And for almost 2 years, Northeast Ohio Craft Brewery News is what had to give. Yeah. Yeah. Julia says, not that I think you should start coming up with new ideas for the comeback yet, but there's always collaboration. Maybe get some people to write some blog posts. You give the topic, the brewery, the bar, etc. Someone else does the write-up, etc. I know giving up that level of creative control is something that's terrifying to you, but as the voices sense your craft, maybe time to let some of those other voices shine in ways outside of the podcast. Just something to take the tiniest bit off of your plate. Definitely something to consider. Diamond says it's life. Simply put, it's a thing called life. I would love to do more, but life. You've done this amazing thing. Once you step back and get clear, you'll get back. It's about the balance. Still trying to find it. It is a never-ending game of balance, and that is a definite thing. I'll figure it out. I will definitely figure out a way to make it all happen. I can't stand the idea of half-assing something. The fact that somebody can want to read something on my blog right now and they can't, or they want to listen to a podcast and there's not a new one up, or they want to jump on and listen to the show and it doesn't happen for several weeks. Like that, just it doesn't make sense to me. Like I don't. If I can't do something, I'm just not gonna do it. And the problem that I'm hitting right now is that all of the things that I want to do, I'm not doing. So I gotta stop, and I just have to, I gotta figure it out until I can make them happen. I don't know. There's a lot of ideas behind that and a lot of ways to make it work. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to time, and I need to figure out my time, and how to get it to line up. Step one: website has to get operational. And at that, fuck web hosts. I am up to my ears right now in anger at everybody that I've talked to. Take it slow, get back to the board and work out a schedule for your videos. I think you overdo it. You'll figure it out. Yeah, I mean, that's also part of what gives me a little bit of joy too. Like I always wanted to feel to everybody just kind of looking in from the outside that I overdo it. I like that. I like that feeling. If that makes sense. Like and granted that schedule is more complicated as time goes on, but there are ways to do a lot and make it feel like you're doing more on a schedule basis than you actually are. That's a very deep kind of creator conversation for a different platform, but you know. I'll definitely figure it out. I want that to be clear at the end of this show that is not a show. Is that I'm not going anywhere. Like I will be back, and the gnome is definitely going to come back. But just for right now, he's hibernating. Maybe that's a better way to put it than dead. It's hibernating. The gnome is holed up and just kind of hibernating in some kind of gnome hole. Do gnomes hibernate? I don't know. They do now. I have a list of things that need to get sorted out before I can dive back in. It I mean it does kind of work out appropriately, this week was supposed to be episode 1 of the new season of Cincy Brewcast, so we ended at a good time. I assume Cincy Brewcast will be back. Maybe it'll have a different name. Maybe it'll have a different idea. I don't know. I don't know. It's the more I talk about it, the more depressing it gets. For everybody that is sending me messages, I'm not going anywhere. I'm fine. I'm just have to figure it out. I'm just taking a break. I don't know. It should be a clear sign when this show is supposed to happen at 9:00. 9:00 on Mondays. Like it's a set thing. Every Monday at 9 we go live, and then it becomes, actually it was originally 8:00. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was 8:00 on Mondays. We went live because people were still up and kind of, finishing up dinner, and everybody was awake. And then that got pushed back to 9 because of the chaos of life. And then now, like, I can't even make 9:00 work. And that should be like a big red flag that something is wrong with the way I'm doing things. If I can't even hit the button at 9:00 and just be live and just sit here for 40 minutes and have a beer with you guys, that's a problem. So I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix the problem. Thank you, Tim. Yeah. Tim says, happy birthday. My birthday was this weekend. It was real exciting. We went to Unicorn World. Unicorn World, for anybody who does not know, is a chaotic thing that they did down at the convention center, where they cart in a bunch of animatronic unicorns and stand them in the middle of a convention center and plug them in, and kids stand there and squeal looking at them, and then wait in line for 45 minutes to jump in a bounce house, and wait in line for an hour to get a cheeseburger, and then wait in line again, and then when you get done, and wait in line again. It was not fun. That's how we spent my birthday. It was awesome. It was exactly how I wanted to spend the day. That's life. It's definitely life. Sean says the 2-kid life is real. It's a lot. It is something that a lot of people don't understand. Julia says, so basically you had the birthday party of your dreams aside from all the waiting. I'm not opposed to animatronic unicorns. Like, I could hang out in an enchanted forest with a bunch of unicorns and spend my birthday that way. That would have been fine if I could have a beer and just hang out without all of the squealing and the yelling and the temper tantrums and all of that. It was a lot. And then, when you finish that, then you have to come home and get the kids to bed, and then come and sit down and fire up a computer and fight with your web host, trying to get everything up and running long enough to get it migrated over to a new web host. And like, it's just, it is nonstop. It's nonstop. And, it doesn't stop. That's when I finish the show. That's what we do. I have to pack up all of my things for job in the morning. I mean, this entire studio is just trashed right now. Like, there's things everywhere, and I have to find a way to pack it all up and fit it in my car and go work. Can you imagine the old days when our parents and grandparents grew up in families with 8, 9, and 10 kids? We think 2 is a lot. My dad was one of 8. My mother-in-law was one of 14. Yeah, I can't imagine that. There is no possible way that the Gnarly Gnome would exist if that was my life. No way. He can barely exist with 2 kids. Sorry, I keep hitting the microphone because I can't figure out what I'm doing. I can't even manage this. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. We'll be back. I don't know when. That's the simple way to put it. Don't know when the next live show will be. Don't know when the next podcast will be. Don't know when the next blog post will be. Don't know when the next social media post will be. I don't know the next time you'll see me at all. Just don't know. But I'm going to work on it in every spare moment that I can find to try to make it all work. We will hopefully be back at some point. At some point. Cheers, everybody. Crack open a beer. Be gnarly. You guys know the drill. Thank you very much, and know that I appreciate you guys hanging out with me every week that I actually show up to do this. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.